I'm not late, I swear. I'm working on something important to me. Let's see what things get for me. This is gonna be spicy. I just got in a real fucking argument. I want to see what Bing comes up with when I asked it to write this for me. I'm in one of my rants. I should be almost done. Promise, guys. I know this be how I am. I know it's boring. Um, don't tell me what my essay is about, Bing. Excuse me. It's like it's important to remember that this essay isn't about shedding blame on individuals, and I'm like, this essay is about whatever the fuck I want it to be. Oh, I thought I was gonna have this done sooner. It keeps trying to be fair to the point that I'm arguing adamantly against. And being like, now we can do this under, and I'm like, no, I'm trying to not say we can do that under any circumstances. All right, this is at least something I can start from and edit. I just can't type it all because my this is my pain in my shoulder and stuff. But here, I'll read to the stream what we've got going on here. This is an essay about how people are fucked up about basically sex education right now because of the sex offender registry and the laws regarding it. And it's pretty fucked up. But yeah, we'll give that a quick read. Hold on. So we've got, in the state of Missouri, as in many other places, there exists a paradox in the way we approach sex education and consent laws. While sex education begins at the age of 12, the age of consent is set at 14. This is specifically in Missouri. This discrepancy raises a critical question. Are we inadvertently setting up our youth for legal consequences by teaching them about sexual activity before they can legally consent to it? My interest in this issue is not merely academic, it is deeply personal. When I was 19, I found myself in a situation that highlighted the complexity of this issue. I was touched against my will by a 13-year-old girl, despite being the one who was assaulted. I was accused of committing a crime because the girl was under the age of consent. This incident has had lasting consequences. Damn it, it scrolled. This incident has had lasting consequences on my life because it led me to being a registered sex offender, and that led me to being physically and mentally disabled more so than I was, and I can't work, and I struggle to get disability because of just the entire situation around it, not because I'm a sex offender, although they are trying to make that a law as well. Okay, back to the text, though. So, current state of affairs. In Missouri, sex education includes teaching safe sex practices and distributing condoms to students. While these are important aspects of sex education, they become problematic when taught to students who are legally unable to consent to sexual activity. This creates a confusing situation for young people who are being educated about practices they are legally prohibited from engaging in. There is a clear need for change, whether it's adjusting the age at which we start education. It wrote in changing the content of the curriculum. No. Changing the content if it's still under the age of consent. No. No content. No sex education under the age of consent. Period. Bottom line, if the age of consent's 18, no, nothing under 18 taught about sex. If the age of consent is 14, nothing under 14. If we lower it to 10, nothing under whatever. Age of consent, you don't fucking know the word sex. Or reconsidering the age of consent laws, something needs to be done to resolve this paradox. One possible solution could be to only introduce sex education only after the age of consent. Another option could be more things I disagree with that it put in, basically. Another option to reconsider the age of consent law itself, although this would need to be done with great care to ensure the protection of young people and adults. It is important to note that under current laws, 2 people under the age of 14 who engage in sexual acts with each other are breaking the law and can be prosecuted. In fact, some of the youngest registered offenders in Missouri are as young as 7 years old. These individuals are required to register for life, a consequence that can have profound impacts on their futures. Obviously, the issue of sex education and consent laws is complex and multifaceted. However, it is clear that the current situation in which we teach sex education to students who cannot legally consent to sexual activity is problematic. It's time for educators, lawmakers, and the community to come together to find a solution that protects our youth while providing them with the knowledge they need to make informed decisions about their own bodies. I hope this revised blah blah blah. That's just stuff. I don't think there's a subreddit I can post that on. I think it would cause problems. People talking. Yo, I'm here, guys. I was reading this. Mike has echoes. I'm sorry, homie. No, I was dealing with AI stuff as I was starting the stream. I don't know if you're still here. I genuinely, man, nobody ever comes into my chat right away. I'm sorry. Deeply sorry. Not echoing anymore, only when I speak loudly. Interesting, because my audio is not coming back through anything. So it's genuinely just echoing through the room back into the mic. And yeah, topic like that, I speak loudly. I'm so sorry, Hamburger, that I entirely missed you dealing with my AI stuff, finishing that up and reading that out. Dean, I don't know how familiar you are with that subject from me, but that is... I don't know how much of that you heard. No one's ever here in... What's it been? 2 minutes that I've been live? 3 minutes? Seems like. Not long. Okay, no, longer than that by far. I went live about 4:17. But still. Let me get chat up properly on my other computer so I can see it while I'm playing. Only 15 minutes, yeah. There's usually no one here in the 15 minutes. You heard everything. Well, now if you didn't know my opinions on some things, you do. Of course, you're in Australia, and I'm pretty sure people in Australia are pretty more reasonable about that. I'm pretty sure in Australia, if I got raped by a 13-year-old girl, we would just feed her to the koalas. How about them pigs? Anyway, so If you read the description, we're gonna try to do some TGR. I thought you said you were from Australia at one point. I'm so sorry. I get people confused. Bildungskroner. I tried to pronounce that somewhat correctly looking at the dialect. But I don't know where that is. You've missed me on what it is. Also, how close was I to the pronunciation? Oh, South Africa. It's a maize and cattle farming town. That sounds exciting. Pretty good. Nice. Yeah, that does not sound very South African. That sounds extremely brusque. Not Gaelic. Anyway, northeastern, northern Europe, Germany, Russian, etc. Afrikaans, yeah. But like to me, it doesn't sound like it's from that part of the world. It sounds like it's from the northern, more Gutsch, more brusque, Hardy Hargenheimer type talking people. And look, I respect culture. When I say something like Hardy Hargenheimer to describe that whole area and the way they speak and their accents and their language, it is fully with respect. Oh shit, where's my fucking God damn it. We are an unknown. Yeah, that seemed pretty obvious when I looked it up. But hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Although I assume that has something to do with why you almost never have internet. I assume there's not a lot of infrastructure in a basic whole country that's all about corn and cattle farming. It's only about half of the US, the rest of the country has internet. Yeah, you have like daily outages or something, don't you? 4 hours a day. I knew it was something like that. Okay. Hey, hold up. There we go. Use my transition, damn it. It looks so much cooler. It's so trippy to watch this transition, though, to me. At least to my eyes, it might be because I'm always stoned. Warzone Mobile, you were talking about, right? And Warzone, I assume you mean Call of Duty Warzone has a mobile now? By the way, how does my camera look here while I'm moving it around? Is that too far away? Too much in frame? That way? Yeah, that way. Oh, I don't want to get started. I might hang out and blab for a little while before I actually launch a goddamn game. I've been so out of it lately. Motherfucker, turn on. Hey, Dean, do you want a tarot reading instead of a video game? Fully expect the answer to be no. Just, my head lately. It's been so awful. Why not? You're kind of bored. Okay, cool. Um, let's see. Do you like Edgar Allan Poe, steampunk, zombies, Disney villains, or Nightmare Before Christmas? Decent choice. Not a deck I use often. Warning: a silly quick tarot reading like this from me sometimes can be either obviously absolutely not insightful at all because I'm not really thinking about it much, or just randomly like extremely useful. Sure, it's extremely clear that I do put some actual precedence into the tarot. I don't think I reverse these cards, do I? No. I put actual meaning into it. I actually do trust its use. Um, though, if you're not familiar with tarot, I should say real quick, as I always do, it does not tell your future. It does not tell your fortune. It just is like asking God for guidance and giving an answer that's a little more easy to understand than wind. Maybe not much more easy to understand than wind, but a little easier. So I'm going to pull out 5 cards because I feel like three isn't enough, and we'll see what they say about you. Deck wanted to fall that way, so it wanted those cards on top for you. It didn't like what I put on top for you. It wanted you to have these 5 cards. The Four of Swords, the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is a good card. The Tower, that's... You gotten into a relationship recently? I feel like you got in a relationship recently. I think you just told me that yesterday. Pretty sure that was you. I see the Ten of Cups and the Tower pop up next to someone, next to each other. Those 2 cards right here. And I sort of feel like it typically means they just got in a relationship and something interesting is going to happen. The Tower is a card of upheaval and kind of destruction and change, but not necessarily destruction in the bad way, but like the Danny California way. Destruction leads to a very rough road, but it also breeds creation. An earthquake sounds to a girl's guitar. It's just another good vibration. So the Tower can also be like that with the Ten of Cups specifically before it, which is wish fulfillment and stuff. Happy relationships and stuff, right? So, kind of a, let's see. I want to make sure you're looking at those. Yeah, that direction. So kind of like, here's all your excitement, and then here's like, something's going to go wild, but not necessarily in the worst way, just not necessarily in a bad way at all. Maybe in a really, really great way, but usually something that like just flips your life upside down. But let's go ahead and pull out the book and get into the actual rest of them. Four of Swords. Those were just the first 2 things that I noticed, and I wanted to touch on that immediately. Usually when you notice something right away, it should be touched on right away. I don't feel... She's texting you right now. I don't feel negative about those 2 cards being together in this case. I'll see what the Four of Swords and stuff says, though. I do feel like maybe this is all revolving about advice for that relationship, though. So we've got the Four of Swords. Here's the card itself. I don't know how well in focus that's going to be with glare and everything, but Try to give you kind of a look at it. The black and white in the book might be a little easier to see. I don't know. Probably not. There's the black and white in the book. It says, let's see, it's got a quote that says, "Don't be misled. That is a lot harder than it looks." The core meaning says, "Respite from troubles." It says, "We may question the wisdom of enjoying an apple in the midst of a tricky or dangerous situation. This man, however, appears to be doing just that. A closer look at the situation may convince us that this course of action is actually an excellent choice. The circumstances or events that are set in motion, represented by the 3 swords hanging from the ceiling, are going to happen. The hourglass lets us know that it's just a matter of time. Because we see 3 swords aimed at his head and body, we assume he logically concluded that no good will come of these events. While he has imagined how the situation will play out, he has clearly not thought of a way to stop or change the course of events. In similar situations, do you flail about, frustrated or anxious because you have to do something, anything? Our ability to project and imagine the future is a function of our minds. The ability is a double-edged sword. While imagining the future, we are prone to either hope or worry. When our minds are tangled up with thoughts and fear, it is hard to hear inspired solutions whispered into our soul. Blah, blah, blah. By taking the time out, good things happen. Take a break. Think about things. I don't think I need to talk about that an awful ton. If that applies much to your new relationship, I am sure you know it. Again, looking at that leading up to that 10 of Cups and Tower, I would say it doesn't necessarily mean you need to be watching out for something bad, but I take it as you might be expecting a certain course of action, positive or negative, and responding to that course of action before it's actually become certain. Maybe slow down and see what's going to happen. Let things take their own course. That's where the 4 of Swords comes to me immediately. And that's always true about the 4 of Swords. Without context, is slow things down. That's fine. As long as you remember the theme of what I'm saying here, you're good. But there's definitely something I would say you need to not be trying to act on because you think you know what's going to happen until you actually have just waited for the situation to play out. And I do feel like looking at these cards, that's something to do with this relationship. So the 10 of Cups, which you saw, real pretty. Real happy. 2 people probably just got married, sitting under the golden archway there. Do. Okay, the 10 of Cups. It says, "This is it right here, right now. This is the heart of my life. Core meaning is a happy home." I don't know if I have to read anything out of this. I really it's wish fulfillment. It's the end of the journey of desire. Oh, you gotta go before I'm even done. Okay, cool. Your other 2 cards were the Chariot and the Emperor. The Chariot has a lot to do with forward momentum, and the Emperor has to do with success. That's why I don't feel negative about the 4 of Swords or the Tower. So I'll leave you with that. Everything's probably good in the long run, but you're probably putting too much thought into something that's not manifest for good or bad, and you just need to maybe pull those thoughts back and not take too much action. Just wait for the relationship to carry out, you know? That's how I would read the whole thing. I didn't necessarily need to dig into the book for the rest of them, honestly. I just really, I don't pull the 4 of Swords super often. So I needed to look at that, but the rest were cards that I'm extremely familiar with. Oh, hey, something jumped out. If you're still here, this might be for you. The 8 of Cups. Hold on, let me tell you what that says. The 8 of Cups. There's a picture. It says, knowing where you are is important. Knowing where you are supposed to be is imperative. Leaving something behind to search for something else. Da 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 da. I'm scanning this to get important information that may or may not relate. Usually, if something jumps out, it probably relates. Do 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 do. I would say that with that popping out, be careful not to let your mind be like in a hazy dream world of unreality. Look at things with a realistic mind frame. Don't be too far off in the clouds thinking everything's totally perfect all the time. And be aware of the serious nature of things when things need to be a little bit more serious and things need to be dealt with. Again, I think mostly positive. I think it's just a statement of don't get too far in the clouds. Don't think things are too perfect. Yeah, that's all fucking general advice that applies to anything. But the important part about tarot is that it specifically applies to this. A lot of life advice can be generally applied to anything. I can give 10 different questions the same answer, and it all be amazing advice. The tarot is about looking at things through a lens that we can help ourselves imagine and understand. Oh! That was fun. I appreciate that, Dean. I suspect you're gone by now. Cause, you know, gotta go and stuff. But that was fun. Huh. Open. Do 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 do. That seems good. What? Okay. Look at it. Wait, which way am I trying to move here? Can I reverse the preview? I really wish I could reverse the preview of the camera, but I'd have to flip the whole preview, wouldn't I? The whole thing would have to be backwards. So, God. I just wanted to show my cool background like a real presenter, and I can't do that because I'm too dumb to know directions, and there's not room to get out of the way of it. Oh well, fuck it. Fuck it, let's go. What are we doing? Turbo Golf Racing first. Speaking of. Fucking hell. Okay. Hopefully that. Try not to be an asshole to this guy who maybe I can actually clarify and get understand. But maybe not. We'll see. In the meantime, I should eventually start playing a fucking game. I know it's such a fucking insane idea. Oh. Look at that game on the screen. It's a game, and it's there. And I guess I'm gonna play a game. I've been absolute fucking emotional wreck lately, guys. I mean, I always am, but the air conditioner was just too loud for me just now. I hate being triggered so badly so easily, especially because like my triggers are things I don't want to avoid. Obviously, there's the whole thing at the top of the stream there. I don't want to avoid those triggers because if I avoid them, I'm also part of the problem by not changing things that are so impactful. Oh my god. Nope. No TGR. Controller is dying on. Being plugged in. It dying. Definitely not charged. It just doesn't fucking charge or anything on that cable. Maybe that's a fast charger that's plugged into, even though it shouldn't be. Fucking hell. Guys. I'm so fucking angry right now. Alright, I'm gonna go fucking deal with this. I'll be right back. I don't know. Fucking Planetary Annihilations is crashing like crazy. I'm doing something today, though. We're having a fucking stream. Sorry about my mood. It's my party. I can cry if I want to. You would cry too if it happened to you. Okay, I'm gonna mute my mic, make a couple calls, and see if I can figure out if I'm gonna be able to get this new controller or not, and then maybe be back with an idea, any idea at all. Fucking hell. All right. I gave my dad a call. I think, yes, there's a reason I'm doing that. Don't worry. It doesn't do what it should do, except that it mostly does. It's just annoying. Anyway, okay. I think my dad's gonna try to get me the Ghoulie Kit King Kong 2 Pro control. Not Pro, just King Kong 2. That should solve my controller problems for a while. I wish it was not rechargeable and instead had a regular battery, but people report that it is fairly easy to replace the battery if need to. Got the King Kong 2 Pro on iFixit, which I assume the process is pretty much the same. Phillips 00, spudger, separate the assembly. Blah, da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, ba, ba. Oh, yeah. Disconnect vibration motors. Remove the vibration motors to replace the battery up there. Remove that ribbon cable. How deep are we going into this to replace that battery that's right there? Deep. Real deep. All the way deep. Yes, I also want to know the size of the battery. That's the thing that's not listed. Okay. Oh, I still am not breathing right. I'm sorry, guys. Trying to keep talking that way if someone comes in, they know I'm here to chat still, but just so stressed. The world is coming to a breaking point around me, and I can feel it. I can feel it by the debates going on around me, by the climate around me, around, like the sex offender registry and stuff. Um, and that's just like a small personal thing that, like, is going to be a big part of how my world breaks, but not necessarily the world as a whole. It's just going to be part of it. Where whatever revolution we have, it's not going to happen without discussing the sex offender registry. Um, as well as like just a ton of other things. But I just feel that boiling point happening. Like, people will actually debate the subject and not just dismiss people about it now. And I don't know, tensions are high. That's the real point. So, as I predicted, I am gonna launch up Flight Salmon Neofly. You have 2 missions queued up. We'll just send you off. You have no missions queued up. You know, if it weren't for the fact that he's making me money, I would get rid of his plane and fire him. Which I should do to get someone in another Grand Caravan. Or I can wait until I can afford to rent a DC-3 for 800K. Speaking of, we're gonna start with 260. That's about half of them. I'm gonna pull up Bing real quick and ask. Max range of 1,283 nautical miles on a full tank of 534 pounds. 34. I want to optimize for more cargo weight up to, let's say, 350 nautical miles flight. This is a sim, so I don't need to worry about extra space, etc. How much fuel do I need? I think I can calculate it myself, to be honest. But, like, I'm not sure how. Let's see, we would need to know what percent of 1283 is 350. Oh, that's about it. Okay. So we need what percent of 1283 is 350, and then what is that percent of 534, right? The final number is my minimum fuel. Let's try to get this answer, guys. Yeah, did the math right. See what the formula for that looks like, because I just don't remember fucking elementary math. Okay. So to find what percent of one number is another, so what percent is y of x is y over x times 100. Okay. Um. Oh, and I'm carrying caviar still. Totally forgot about that. It keeps saying my audio stream bitrate is low, but like it's definitely not. I think that it's just because I go silent for a bit at a time, thinking and not not doing what I should be, which is the game instead of thinking. See, these need to be sold by 1 o'clock today. It might call those expired, but we don't really have anything else. Somebody is buying goddamn caviar. Oh my fucking god. I'm fine with so few places selling caviar. Does this have ILS? Yes. Okay. We're going to KLAN. From let's man, that's an unfortunate place to be landing at, name wise. Entirely unintentional, I'm certain, but still. Oh my god, Kage, would you hit the right button for once in your life? I already have that open. Okay. Clicks. That'll do it. And I need. I guess I don't have a lot of caviar. But I just need 398 pounds total. So we can just go in here. Boom. Then I have 260 pounds of gas. 130 and 130. That way I don't have to worry about ox tanks. DCG seems fine. And of course, we're going to start on the ground.
Welcome back, Captain. It looks like the weather is perfect for flying. You can start your engine now.
Oh, I transitioned to be right back instead of the scene. Whoops. You didn't really miss anything. Obviously, me with messing with weights and numbers. Lovely. I don't know what causes that, but the shit breaks and won't fucking. I might have to restart the game, guys. Let me just see if I can get on the ground anywhere like this and it works and figure it out from there. Okay. Having some OCD issues. I'm sorry, guys. The hair on the shaved part of my head grows back to stubble within hours, and I have a very obsessive compulsion with shaving it down every time it does. Do do do. Do you know what? We do need to select the departure though. Okay.
Hello, Captain. Nice to see you again. You are clear to start your engine.
Runway number 22. Right. Won't worry about that either.
Lexington ground, HC 69er minus 420 heavy with Oscar request taxi for takeoff north departure.
THC 69er minus 420 heavy taxi to and hold north of runway 22 via taxiway Delta. Contact tower on 119.1 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 22 using taxiway Delta
good to
THC
go.
69er minus 420 heavy.
Now those should be nicely cross-fed. It did say 22, yep. Alright. Interesting about this landing gear is it will sort of automate. And I think it just physically can't come in while you're on the ground, which is fine by me. Just due to the physics of these wheels can't press inward. And it means as soon as you're off the ground, your landing gear comes up. I'm sure it's absolutely inappropriate way to do it, but I like it.
Tower THC 69er minus 420 heavy ready at runway 22 north departure.
THC 69er minus 420 with calm north departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 22.
Cleared for takeoff runway 22 THC 69er minus 420 heavy.
I love
Enjoy your personal
that
flight
the landing gear
Service
really
support
works
joins
like
apps at
that.
land.
Lexington Tower THC 69er minus 420 heavy continue for north departure.
Minus 420 heavy, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Lexington Tower THC 69er minus 420 heavy frequency change. Lexington approach THC 69er minus 420 heavy is Pipe Diamond PA 625 miles northwest of Lexington 3400. Request clearance, transition Charlie Air Station.
THC 69er minus 420 heavy Lexington approach. Squawk 4444.
69er minus 420 heavy.
THC 69er minus 420 heavy radar contact 6 miles northwest of Lexington, 3,800 feet. Cleared through the Charlie airspace. Maintain own navigation.
Cleared through the Charlie airspace. THC 69er minus 420 heavy.
I should just make my tail number minus 341. If you get that joke, congratulations, you're pretty smart.
Lexington approach. THC 69er minus 420 heavy 8 miles northwest of Lexington. Request IFR to Lansing, ready to copy.
THC 69er minus 420 heavy is cleared to Lansing Airport as filed. Squawk 4444.
THC 69er minus 420 heavy cleared to Lansing Airport as filed. Squawk 4444.
Excuse me.
THC 69er minus 420 has read back correct. With our contact.
I'm in Maine, flight level 150, which I don't think they call flight level yet, but...
On course climb, 15,000.
Turn right heading 005. Proceed on course climb and maintain 15,000 feet. THC 69er minus 420 heavy.
THC 69er minus 420 has contact Lexington departure on 120.75.
Going to 120.75. THC 69er minus 420 heavy. Lexington departure. THC 69er minus 420 heavy is at 5,600 feet, climbing 15,000 feet.
THC 69er minus 420 heavy Lexington departure altimeter 29er decimal 9er 2 radar contact continue. 420 heavy, contact Indianapolis Central on 126.375. Good day.
Going to 126.375 THC 69 or minus 420 heavy. Indianapolis Center THC 69 or minus 420 heavy is at 10,500 feet, climbing 15,000 feet.
THC 69 or minus 420 heavy.
Yeah, I thought I was still down over Texas down here. Where the fuck have I gone? Heading toward Canada now.
THC 69 or minus 420 heavy, contact Indianapolis Center on 126.
Thought my mic was muted. I looked at it wrong.
Going to 123.9 or 25. 9 or minus 420 heavy. Indianapolis Center 69 or minus 420 heavy, passing 11,000 feet, climbing 15,000 feet.
9 or minus 420 heavy, Indianapolis Center altimeter 29.9 radar contact continued.
Our fucking ground speed? 184, yeah. Wild. Just quick flip up to height. Maybe. Just over 160.
Engaging autopilot.
overshoot for speed.
Autopilot.
Whoops.
Autopilot.
Level out. To be fair, that was entirely me fucking around, and not the blame of the plane at all. I don't think I'm risking this going out of the green at all anyway, even with a true airspeed of 191. My god. 192 even.
minus 420 heavy. Contact Indianapolis Center on 135.125. Good day.
135.125 THC 69 or minus 420 heavy. Goodbye. Indianapolis Center THC 69 or minus 420 heavy 16,000 feet.
THC 69 or minus 420 heavy. Indianapolis Center altimeter 29.9er. 2 radar contact. Continue.
La da da da. We are officially under an hour. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Excuse me. A little gassy in the tummy right now. I'm so sorry. I said something along the lines of what I've been ranting about, how I don't think we need to teach kids about sexuality on a Reddit post. It was involving a Dungeons and Dragons character in Real Play who is an underage teenage girl who disguises herself as an adult and does stuff with grown men. And my commentary about everyone's like, this is a great character. I'm like, she's genuinely my favorite character, but that's the one thing I've always been like, that's not okay though. And I understand it is a real thing that really happens, but like, it was also genuinely traumatizing to watch because it was really being played off as silly and innocent. And I commented as much, and someone replied, they're like, yeah, no, that was actually the worst thing they've done character-wise, and I'm so glad in Season 2 they pushed away from it. It was not smart. It was uncomfortable. That made me feel a lot better. I'm like, good, somebody in the world thinks maybe we shouldn't encourage our kids to be deviant. And in my reply, I tried to keep everything extremely PG, or at least PG-13, but I was like, you know, maybe we shouldn't teach, you know, I watch this world where these things are illegal involving kids, but we teach these kids that these things are healthy and fun and normal, which, fine, they are, but also, even if at whatever age, if we're like, these are fun and healthy and normal, but also for grown-ups, the kid's gonna hear, these are fun and healthy and normal, of course I should do them too. And then I'm like, maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe we shouldn't teach kids about things that they shouldn't be doing. Then I'm like, but then again, you know, we fucking hand the kids a joint and we fucking let them take a sip of the beer. You know, statutes are long over. I fucking used to smoke with my teenage cousin when she used to hang out over here. Now when she got drunk and I had to go pick her and her friends up off the fucking street because they were fucking wandering around drunk off their asses and her mom was at work. I don't know about their parents. I didn't really know any of them. But I wasn't gonna pick her up and leave her friends stranded walking around drunk. They did not have access to alcohol. And I don't think I let them smoke that day because I was like, nah, y'all did something stupid. Y'all are here to sit the fuck down and sober the fuck up. And like, usually I'd be like, y'all are stupid, I'll let you make your own stupid mistakes and never do that again. But out wandering the streets, several teenage girls, the way they dressed, her mom called me and said, hey, I just realized this. I just found out this is going on. Can you help me out? Can you come up and pick your cousin up? And I'm like, yeah. I said, you know, where are the other girls' parents? She's like, apparently they're not available. I said, can you get a hold of them and see if they want them to come with me instead of the streets? And I don't think every parent was contacted. There were 3 other girls, I think. But I think 2 out of 3 were contacted, and my aunt was like, look, I will absolutely vouch if the other girl's parents say anything. But she felt pretty fine about it. Everything ended up fine other than, like, they thought they were gonna come over and get to party more. And I was like, tee-hee, I'm not being the cool fucking cousin today, bitches. Stupid idiots. It wasn't long after that my cousin quit talking to me. I can't imagine why. She stopped thinking I was very chill after that. And I'm like, look, you did a not chill thing. I wasn't gonna be super chill about it. I wasn't an asshole. I was just like, no, you're not gonna come over here when you're already so drunk the 2 of you cannot stand and have had me and my fiance at the time carrying you, basically. 2 of you have vomited several times. You are not having access to alcohol in my house in that state. I cannot encourage that in anybody. Period. You could be 5, 10, 20 years older than me and I'd see you in that state and be like, hey man, I give a shit about you. You're done. I'm taking you wherever the fuck you want to go, but I'm taking you there. And I'm chilling there with you until I know you're not gonna pass out with your head between your knees and hurt yourself. And I really hope that no matter what, she can look back on that and be like, yeah, no, he did the right thing. We would have been so much worse if we had continued drinking. It turns out they had snuck some alcohol with them, and when I found out, it got dumped. But so her and one of her friends ended up further drunk, and I think further regretted it. I think they didn't think they made a good idea in the long run. Made a good choice. Oh! My fuel's low. What the fuck? No! I moved it away from my aux tank. Okay, fine. Fuck you. Fuel is going down. That means fuel's pumping in. Motherfucker, though. I mean, 43 minutes is gonna be a long time to run. What I have regardless, 30% fuel. I'm not 100% sure. That Bing's calculations, which I also confirmed once I saw the formula.
Indianapolis Center, THC 69 or minus 420 heavy 15,000 feet.
I'm not 100% sure. They were very good and accurate calculations. For some reason. Which means, really, the way that I fly, my estimated distance is not the same as what NeoFly says. Maybe I should do that sometime. Maybe I should actually, roll up in the plane. And... because I should have a max distance of, like, 400 miles. And that's super annoying. I'm super not happy. And like, there's the argument that I'm keeping the lever at full bore while, just cruising well above the true airspeed for cruise speed. However, if I went down to true airspeed, my ETE would increase so much that no matter how much lower fuel gallons per hour I'm using, it would still equal out to the same amount of gallons per mile. That's what I fucking hate, is like, when you're going full speed, or rather, basically no matter what. In general, if you're using less gallons per hour, you're going slower. Unless you're descending, basically. So whether you're using 15 gallons per hour and it's going to take you 3 hours, or you're using 7 gallons per hour and it's going to take you an hour and a half, reverse that. Whether you're using 15 gallons an hour and it's going to take you an hour and a half, you're using 7 gallons an hour and it's going to take you 3 hours, you're using the same amount of fuel. Watch this. Let's ask Bing. Try to use the microphone. I feel like I have a problem with the way that planes calculate their fuel consumption in gallons per hour, and I'd like to check my reasoning for that with you, because I feel like in gallons per hour, at least the planes I fly in sim, if I'm using, say, 15 gallons per hour, I'll probably make my trip in an hour and a half. But if I'm using 7 gallons an hour, I'll probably make my trip in about No, I didn't hit enter. Fucker. Make my trip in about 3 hours. So that totals out to the same fuel used in either trip, right?
Going to 128 decimal 625 THC 69 or minus 420 heavy. Cleveland Center THC 69 or minus 420 heavy 15,000 feet.
THC 69 or minus 420 at Cleveland Center altimeter 29 or decimal 9 or 2 radar contact.
One two zero decimal for 5 THC 69 or minus 420 heavy. Goodbye. Cleveland Center THC 69 or minus 420 heavy 15,000.
THC 69 or minus 420 at Cleveland Center altimeter 29 or decimal 9 or 2 radar contact.
Bing searched up some stats, and it definitely was like... Bing's like, so you're gonna make it to the runway. But that is weird. And that's assuming this is accurate and simulated accurately. Because at approach, I should have about 5 gallons per tank. That's going to be the test. With half an hour left, yeah, at approach, I should have about 5 gallons left per tank. That's technically to the airport straight. Haven't been given approach orders. So I really hope my approach is from this side, not going north of it. Either way, I should be able to land. If it's north, I should have about 3.5 gallons by the time I hit approach. Which is gonna be rough, but I can land on it. It also depends on how much fuel I can conserve on descent. Yeah, I used way more fuel than I should have, though. See if I can find an answer I really want to figure out. On my Pixel 6, when the screen is locked, if I have music... On my Pixel 6, when the screen is locked, if I have music playing, normally it shows the track and artist that is currently playing, period. However, if I have an event coming up in my calendar, or usually in the morning or during some weather event, it will show the calendar event or the weather event instead. And I can't get rid of that to see what music is playing, and I have to unlock my phone to see the name of the song. Is there a way to make it prioritize showing what music is currently playing above anything else on that lock screen? I suspect the answer is a resounding fuck you. None of those had anything to do with showing what is playing on the lock screen. Thank you very much. Um, those were all just information that I already knew from the Pixel 6's tutorial and the really cool selling features of the Pixel 6. Watch, it's gonna say you're very welcome. It didn't. No, I don't want a notification or the now playing thing. The now playing is for music outside of the phone that it hears. It doesn't show what YouTube Music is playing. What I want is on the black lock screen where it just shows the name of the artist and song that's playing on YouTube Music to always show if YouTube Music is playing and not be interrupted by weather or my calendar. There we go.
Altitude. Expect ILS runway 2 left approach. 5 transition. Cleared.
ILS.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 28 left approach via QB transition. Cleared.
ILS Q8
9 or minus
left
420 heavy.
QB. I believe. Let's see. I think I can descend now. If I'm wrong, they'll complain soon. Okay.
700 below your assigned altitude. Climb and maintain 15,000 altimeter to neither decimal 9 or 2.
Climb and maintain 15,000 feet THC 69 or minus 420 heavy.
Hope they give the descent order real soon. Okay, maybe the weather option will help with that. Is there a similar way to disable the calendar events at a glance on that screen? See if that's accurate. It may be making shit up. There is at a glance. Now the weather still might interrupt the music on occasion, but the calendar shit shouldn't. Driving down the road already on the way to where I'm going, it's like, hey, you have a thing coming up, and I'm like, I know! I want to know what music's playing right now, please, without touching my phone. Jeez. 20 minutes to approach, and no descent order yet. Let's see. I kind of... I really need that order before I'm 10 minutes out from approach, man. That's for sure.
THC 69 minus 420.
Thank you.
9,000.
Descend and maintain 9,000 feet. THC 69er minus 420 heavy.
THC 69er minus 420 heavy descent.
Thank you.
2,500.
Descend and maintain 2,500 feet. THC 69er minus 420 heavy.
Fuel flow to where I want it. What is it at now? Is it 6 gallons an hour at 1,000 feet per minute? 1,000 feet per minute should be a good descent rate. But I also want to use a fairly low level of fuel. See, because I just added 2 minutes to my trip time by lowering my fuel usage. That's the thing. It's when you lower your fuel usage, of course, that changing by several gallons an hour and adding 2 minutes. Huge difference. I think I can go up to 7.5 gallons an hour and be happy. We'll do that. Yeah, speed's going up nicely too. It's gonna be about 10 minutes till we hit altitude. Let's change that a little bit. Let's see where that catches us on speed. Like, do keep us right about 150. That seems like a nice balance of numbers there. I mean, that's a really, really slow-ass descent, don't get me wrong. And I could use way less fuel on descent by descending a lot faster. But then I would use a lot more fuel again once I got to the ground. all the same. I remain the one to blame, and I'm demonized, justified, purified as you let yourself go. Don't feel what's that? You design a drug won't work for me. Connect to what 3 volt. I hope that it does. How could you run? Outside voltage, I'll say I remain the one to blame, and I'm demonized, purified, justified as you let yourself go. Nail on these screams. What's left of me? Don't spell these screams like I do. I see emptiness, that's all. Just 96 gone. Guess I was the one to ride that dirty ride. Turn to fast now. I cannot hold on, but at this pace, who won't know all the same. I remain one blame, and I'm demonized, purified, justified as you let yourself go. So now I love these screams. What's left of me? Speak of these screams like I do. Don't ever speak my name. Don't ever speak my name again. Don't ever speak it. Don't ever speak my name again. Don't speak don't speak my name. So now you love these screams. What's left of me? Don't speak of these screams like I do. My name. You know, it's really hard to do both parts of that song, but it really just isn't fun if you don't either. I love that. I should try to do a drum cover of that. It's gonna be much harder though.
Approach THC 69 or
Holy
minus
shit,
42
guys.
heavy is passing
I thought so
5,400
previously.
feet, descending 2,500 feet.
But yeah, you can actually now search and find Drumming Defiance on the YouTube Music app, which I've tried with a few other drum cover people. And like some of the bigger ones, obviously Christina, etc., Anastasia, etc., Samus. The one guy that I'm just not thinking of, but does dank pods over on Floatplane. Like, you can find them on YouTube Music, but there's a few other I've listened to that are about the same size as my channel, with a bit more viewership, but about the same amount of subscribers, you know, and I can't find them on the YouTube Music app, but, I had found me on there before, but I was like, well, that makes sense, though, fine, whatever, it is me, and it does have the music database. But, my friend told me, hey, I looked up your channel on YouTube Music because I didn't really want to pull up the video, and you can totally find it and listen to just the song with the video not playing. It just freeze frames the video, but still. Who is it? Vigilus, I think, does drum covers. And I looked him up, and I don't think I found him on YouTube Music. Let me see. Let me double check that information. Oh, no, he's on there now. Bidulus 1. Bidulus 1. Was not on there before. It was the person I was thinking of. Okay. Smaller channels are starting to get on there. It's cool, though. Regardless, like, it's cool. I went kind of the wrong direction for what I intended to do there. Since I'm gonna get down to 2500 so soon, I want to increase my speed to about 160 indicated. Whatever fuel flow that gives me. I'm gonna do this until they bitch again. Fine,
2,500.
bitches. I just particularly like to hit approach at the same time as my bottom altitude. It's gonna be about the same, but still. Actually, it's gonna be about a minute difference. Should be about a minute difference. Let's go. 172 knots indicated. You know what? Fuel quantity says yellow there, but it's green right here, so fuck it. Ooh, that's 175 indicated. Let's fly the goddamn plane for a second. Genuinely, literally only a few seconds, but still. Okay, I need to back off from that speed. That puts us real close to even on height and location. What is it? 20 seconds off, more or less. I'm okay with that. That's about the most accurate descent I've had for what I like to do, Dad. Which is kind of dumb, but I don't care. Just a dumb thing I like to do in the sim. Like, I'm not decelerated from it, though.
For 16 miles east of Lansing. Contact Lansing Tower on 119.9 when inbound on the approach.
Will do.
Tower on 119.9 THC 69er minus 42.
I guess I'm inbound on approach.
Lansing Tower THC 69er minus 420 heavy 17 miles east. Inbound
Imagine that.
ILS runway 28 left approach.
THC 69er minus 420 heavy Lansing Tower. Altimeter 29er decimal 9er. 2 wind calm cleared ILS runway 28 left approach.
Cleared ILS runway 28 left approach THC 69er minus 420 heavy.
Think. Yeah. So what that does is tee up the localizer and the glide slope now and keep me on GPS until I hit it. Now, for some reason, it seems like it's got me on Loc 2. Both nav radars are on ILAN now. So, these lines feel slightly different, which is funny. I'm probably gonna switch it to Loc though. Loc 2. Okay, it switched it to Loc 1. I still... Okay, now it's showing Nav 1 active. I don't know why it was on Nav 1, Nav 2 active, and I don't know how you change... I don't know how you change which one is active. Is the I think we're gonna hit the glide slope here. Almost certainly here. 3, 51 seconds to Wigza. 43. That's going down a lot faster than seconds go down. I tell you that. Last 2 minutes to Birdie. Well, no, not a whole last 2 minutes, because that's going down a lot faster than seconds go down. I swear my sim speed is on real time. I don't think I even have the options to change that enabled. But that always goes down faster than actual seconds. In Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, I have it set to 100% sim time or real time, but my estimated time en route timer always goes down by much faster than real time, about 3 seconds per second. Can you help me understand why that might be?
Land runway. Left. PHC 69 or minus 420 heavy.
I don't have the option to change sim speed right now because that didn't change anything. Woo! Slow the fuck down. We getting ready to land, homies. Let's go.
Ouch, that looks like it hurt. Taxi to parking and shut down your engine.
420, exit runway when able.
Ready for engine start.
Or not. Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. My caviar went bad. Okay, well. What sort of experience did I get? 222. I'll be captain soon. Also, what would it be to... Oh, I can hire Zulu now, and... Or Yoda. Yoda for sure. Yoda, you're in. Berlin. Deuces. Yoda. Actually... No. What did I... That. Return. God. Just try all the buttons. We're gonna look for a 208 since we can't afford that yet. Can we? What loan can I take? I can take a 500k loan. She can totally fly a DC-3, right? Absolutely, yeah. Man, 4 million to buy. Yeah, that'll do it. I'll make that money back hot quick. Not only will I return it in one piece, I'll return it better than I got it. Yoda, go to the Douglas. Okay, we're gonna do a job first. The Douglas can go forever. Yeah, it can do that. Not only can it do that, it can also do that. And that. Alright, guys. That is gonna be today. I gotta go get something from my dad. I don't know what. Everyone have a great day. See you tomorrow, presumably. Obviously, my mental health's just been wild. Alright, bye.